what's your background?
So I was born in Louisiana in the United States. I joined the Marine Corps in 2019, early 2019, and then I came to Okinawa in November of 2019. I've been here for roughly 3.5 years.
What's it like to be in Okinawa or Japan as an American?
The pace is a lot slower over here. That's something to get used to. Where I'm from, we roughly have the same weather. It's really humid and hot in Louisiana. It doesn't rain as much as Okinawa.
Do you like Okinawa?
Yeah, I actually love it here. I love the food. I love the culture. I feel really welcomed here when I first got here by the locals.
Normal deployment is only like 3 years, right? But what made you to decide to stay in Okinawa for more than that?
I was dating a local Japanese. We got engaged, and then I decided to extend for 2 more years, past the 3 years. And now we're currently married, so.
Nice. Is it hard to live as a husband of an Okinawa?
No, not necessarily. It takes some getting used to and adjusting since she grew up in a totally different environment than me. So we have to adjust to each other. But it's nice because she's going to school for folklore of Asia. And she was in Indonesia for 6 months to teach Japanese. So I'm going to go visit her for 2 weeks. So I got to experience the culture of Indonesia. Did a few ceremonies over there with some of her friends. And we also have explored Okinawa. She showed me around.
Can you describe a little bit about your military life in Okinawa?
So far, since I've been in Okinawa, I went to ITX, which is back in the States in California, for a few months. And then I also went on 2 MEUs on ship twice. The first one, we went near the coast of Australia.
Oh, did you?
But it was during COVID, so we didn't port.
Oh.
And then the other ships went to Guam, but our ship had to go back to Sasebo in Okinawa. And then the second MEU I went on, we went near South Korea, but we didn't port.
You didn't port.
But we did go to Sasebo, Iwakuni, and then we ported for Fuji. I trained with some local Japanese up at Camp Fuji. Other than that, I'm in Okinawa, just supporting the operations over here.
What made you decide to be in the military?
I was bored. I didn't know what to do. I was like, hey, my cousin's in the military.
Oh, yeah.
It should open up a lot of opportunities.
Right.
And it's a stable job. Don't really have to worry about losing my job or losing money or anything. It provides a house. So it's a nice, stable job.
Which do you prefer, Okinawa or your home city?
I prefer Okinawa. I miss the food. I miss my family from back home. But Okinawa is just a much safer place than the States right now. So in the future, if I have a kid, I would rather him grow up here than in Louisiana or even the States, like America.
So you don't have any plan to go back to the States?
Actually, I'm planning on changing jobs in the Marine Corps. So I'm going to have to go back to the States for 4 months.
Right.
But hopefully I will return here and stay here for 3 more years after I complete a tour conversion.
Right.
Because right now I'm unaccompanied, but I'm trying to get accompanied orders. And then we can get all the furniture we need for the house and washer and dryer and a stove, because right now we don't have those. I was lucky enough to get a fridge from the Okinawa PCS yard sale page. So I recommend that to any of the Marines out here who's getting married and planning on living off base.
Right.
If you don't have any kind of furniture or anything, so definitely check out the Okinawa PCS yard sale page, or at the warehouse on Foster. They get items from MCCS and they sell them for really, really cheap. Like you could buy a table, a desk for like $2 or $3.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, this coffee table we have right here is, I think it was only $5.
$5?
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced any discrimination or racism in Okinawa or Japan?
Not in Okinawa. I feel like besides like the protesters around Schwab, I never really experienced them. But in mainland, I had a few people look at me, but it wasn't nothing to feel was racism. It was just them being curious.
Any advice to somebody who's thinking about coming to Okinawa, especially for the military personnel?
Yeah, for the military personnel, I would definitely recommend learning a little bit, at least just the baseline of Japanese. The more you learn, the more easier it is to integrate yourself into the culture and make friends and stuff. And it makes life so much easier if you could speak a little bit of Japanese. When I went to vacation for the first time in mainland, me and my buddy went to Osaka and Kyoto. We didn't know which trains went where, but luckily I spoke a little bit of Japanese. I was able to ask which train goes to Kyoto.
What's the best place in Okinawa?
For me, I just like the beach. It's free and it's beautiful and it's peaceful. Even the military over here, they kind of respect the local culture and the unwritten rule of don't be loud in public and stuff like that. So it's pretty chill and nice. The water is beautiful. So I definitely recommend exploring the islands of Okinawa, like whether it's the ones by Uruma or even down there Ishigaki. I didn't really go to Ishigaki. I went to Kohama, but we had to fly to Ishigaki and take a boat to Kohama because my wife's brother lives there. He runs a little family house. It's a beautiful place. The water over there is beautiful. There's just a really small island that's really beautiful.